Hello guys, Ari Martinez here for the third part of the video about collage composition. Thanks for tuning in. Before we get into the topic of the video, I want to show you guys a little bit of my setup and what I've been doing here to prepare for the videos and kind of what's like behind the scenes. I found these board for ironing and I use it beside the desk where I make the videos, and I have a light table here. But here's where I can start to like divide things that I have, and I'm also organizing a little bit. So my lithograph and things for printing. This is when I was taking an art video class and I was making. Actually, I kind of like this. Haven't seen it in a long time, and just thinking about the idea of making a video animation, and that sort of like I was making my plot. I thought it was pretty funny, and want to show you guys up. But yeah, let's talk about this. Hey guys, we're back with the third part of our video series about collage composition, which kind of has turned a bit more into like a sort of like art history, and but we're still staying with the subject. And I mean, it is important. I think this is like a very important fact to know about art. I'm also trying different light for my videos. I noticed that with I had a more of a bright light, and with the sheen of this printed paper, it's really hard to see what it shows. So I'm trying a different kind of lighting, and at the same time, this has not so much. It's not as bright, the paper. But yeah, so the one thing that I was mentioning in the past video about the the gift, I guess, from Japanese art to the world is the use of the negative space in their art, and how they in many ways they broke all the rules of the European established European art, which was like um inspired by the greatness of the world, and maybe some sort of like spiritual thing. I mean, a lot of those paintings were commissioned by the establishment, um, but they always had these sort of focus towards the greatness of the world, and how small we can be, and then just how like a lot of the art that was based on just how uh yeah, we can be so small in the world, right? And the different sort of editing that it used to be done on the work to in order to show that. And um and when Japanese art it got introduced into the West, it challenged a lot of this canonic sort of rules or outcomes regarding art. And one of their biggest contribution is the use of negative space and the use of the plane of field. So one thing that it didn't happen at all into Western kind of painting is sort of like now what we call in art like the implied line, like art doesn't exist here, but our mind still wants to keep going create the line, create the picture of what's outside. And another thing is just like how the negative space, and this is what I was talking about, is like the negative space is such a strong figure in the composition. So like if you squint a little bit, your eyes, you close them a tiny bit, you will see how powerful is this side of the composition, and just how different it looks and feels compared to like your French painters, or even like you're like the great masters, the way that just trying to uh show the whole body, and not doing these sort of like cropping and stuff. And that's something that they brought to the West. They have different styles, but more importantly, the ones that I wanted to show you is like this style, like the same, like her leg gets out of the picture here, but we imagine it, like, so that's what we call the implied line. And again, like, the use of the negative space is just as important as the subject itself. So and once you know that about art, like, you understand why, like, some paintings are made the way they are, right? Because they follow these concepts and concepts of art. And so it's good to be well versed. We tend to criticize what we don't know, um but it is important to know where things come from, and the whys. And I mean, like I'm always been really inspired by Japanese art and culture, and like I says, like, what it's huge is the use of the negative space, the use of the page. Like in traditional art, like, you will always use like the bottom here to start from here to there, not to take this much space on a painting. So it's I find that very appealing, very visually appealing, and I really like that art rule concept when it comes to um the use of negative space. Again, it's something that to me is always been quite fascinating. Like, even down here, like, this little corner, this side. So, and with collage, like, it's you can use that, you can create that, right? Like, I really like, again, the negative space, the use of the page is quite fascinating. Love this one. Just look at how strong of a point in the image is. And if you notice, like, the negative space here is sort of echoes this side, and it balances the artwork. So it's also a lot of things that you need to, when you edit, right? Like, things that it create harmony on the painting. Just in, like, this one, it's just like the black and the clear, right? The use of contrast, the use of similar circle and circle. So there's things that are alike, there are things that are opposite, and either or by comparison, or by identified, and with the painting, that's how we get drawn into the composition. But yeah, So this is something that really wanted to show you guys, and we're just gonna keep doing our video and our collage. It's pouring rain outside here of the studio here in beautiful British Columbia. Taking a break here. My assistant is having a good time. Might have to change the squeaky toy when I start to make the video again. But yeah, hanging in here. I have a friend of mine that's coming, a recording artist, and he needed a 8-foot wall to do some of his work. Mo does some creative. But yeah, we're here plugging away. Dog is happy, I'm happy, and I just need to find the work where we're gonna collage to. I'm sourcing my materials. Just, it's always a bit of a mess. All right, we got rid of the squeaky toy, but you might still hear the chomping. Got piece of wood here for my assistant Daisy. Hey, Baba, how we doing, my baby? How we doing? But yeah, it's wet out here. Check it out. Pacific Northwest. Mexican flag over there. Palestinian flag over there, and yeah, it's wet out here. Holy Toledo. Okay, guys, we're back. It took me a minute to find the sort of like the material that we've been working with, and so we've been playing around for a bit now, and I promise we gotta make our collage now. It's time to really start to commit to our process. I have the source of things that we have here in place. One thing I really like looking around, I found this magazine, and which I have used in the past. Really, like a photo magazine. It has like, I have obviously used this, or somebody did. Maybe I got this from school like that, and I'm looking for ways to interact, right? Like, for example, like even something like this. Just even can have almost like a cutout book and just like slide images and see what do you like. It's funny there. This is a collage. But yeah, I just like photos. But the one that I like is this one here. This is the one that I'm thinking to use for a piece. So I'm gonna go here around. Claim the image. And I like this image because, like, again, you see how it's like sort of like a window to of information to going somewhere, right? And I don't know, maybe it's because I really like the movie being John Malkovich, and and maybe that's a reason why I'm so drawn to this. No, I cannot really use this image. Doesn't really sit well, huh? I don't know if you noticed, but well, I've been noticing that about myself, making these videos, that I'm trying to find order in my compositions, and even though, like, it's distress collage, I still find it very logical, right? And that's when it might be good to really, and again, because we have to commit at some point to making our image, and I still finding myself editing, which is nothing wrong with that, right? Like, sometimes it's gonna take some time, but sometimes, honestly, you just gotta do it, just the same way that I'm making these videos right now. Barely know what I'm doing when it comes to editing and uploading and stuff, but I need to do art, and I need to keep myself accountable, and this is where I am doing that, right? So it's the same than making this collage or making art. It's like, you just need to start, and yeah, you're gonna struggle a lot along the way, but you have to, and you have to struggle, and because nothing worth doing and living without. Do you see here how it creates this? So it's just the way that you rip it is what it creates, which you see, and I'm trying to create that big sort of like distress, and it kind of looks like the thunder, like the lining, sorry. So I think I still want to get rid of this. I'm liking it more now. Yeah, let me turn that off. I forgot to turn off the heater. I just don't want it to be like loud and annoying, and but hey, I think we're going somewhere. What do you say? Kind of liking it. Kind of liking it. It's kind of more layered up. We have more layers and data, sort of like just I like in here how I sort of distress this line edge that I cut off from the paper, which this one I cut it it was intentional, right? I actually do like this again, the use of these negative spaces. Like if I could cut it straight to where the photo is, but it's not as interesting. It's not as interesting as to have this, like again, negative space. This line in there, and because now I can echo that over here with or over here and go into it. Maybe I don't want it to be as strong and as continuous, right? But I also do like how I am incorporating sort of more info onto here, and another thing that I can do sorry. I bumped my tripod with my head. So I just kind of want to emulate here her arm onto with the shape of this paper. It's a quick example, right? That way I have comparison, contrast. I have my eyes go onto the areas where I'm trying to identify where everything is coming from, and I have these window, right, of information, like it's going here too. Still I have this very strong circular shape here in the center. And yeah, I'm just starting to starting to find extras that I had here and whatnot, and seeing where they can go, right? See where they can exist. Maybe this can be like another little, can kind of be like a mountain too, right? So that's that's a way to like I really think we're starting to create a strong composition here. Do you guys remember this one? I use it for the other collage too. I hope this light setting it really works better for us. Just as an example, it's not like I might do it, but now that you see, now this is like, wow, actually I really like it. Just to see it on itself. And then because of that, like if I was me, like I could make like a 2-piece collage, and one of them could be like this, and then one next to it, right? And I have again comparison. I'm comparing, I'm seeing, I'm trying to connect the dots, and that's what like good art does, right? It makes you think. it makes you question. And one thing is that, for example, this can be this one is very simple, very, you could call it contemporary, which at this point, like, this is more, uh, up to date, I guess. And then something like this that again is elegant but also very busy. It's like simple but chaotic. Again, comparison, right? You have these two different vibes coming together. And that's something like, so many ways that you can take this, right? Like, you can focus and use this, like, maybe I'm giving all my secrets away, all the tricks, but they're not, like, honestly, they're not. Like, for example, if it was me, I could find, I'm looking at this Liechtenstein book that I was trying to find some art reference for you guys on what to do, right? Like, what's and also, like, to compare art history and what's being done, and the difference between Japanese art and Western contemporary art. But I think I might have a shape here. Yeah, there you go. For example, if I were to cut this shape of this famous Warhol print, which is Marilyn Monroe, if I cut this and I just had the negative space, I could go around and make 100 of this with just different approaches to my background, right? And then you can have one with her face, and that's sort of like, so you create this into the viewer, and they know what's that shape, and it's just sort of like this window onto information. And then on top of that, like, I mean, another thing that you could do, it's like, once, like, you have your collage and it's already made and everything, I can come and trace the flowers, trace everything, and then still bring that back as a painting or not, right? So if I was gonna make a face, yeah, maybe once after I do all this, I might go and put some elements, an eye or not, or half a mouth or something, and then I can even come and paint it, and I can draw it. Maybe even after that, I can come and sand it down and distress it, and just, like, do something with it, right? But so it's that's the beauty. That's the beauty of art. That's the beauty of what can you do, and you see how I completely got onto a different timeline, or a different way of thinking about what I was doing with this art as soon as I put this shape on top, which I knew it was important to preserve when in this process that we have been going through when it comes to creating our collage, right? But for example, if I take this off, we come back to a completely different timeline, picture, everything, right? Like, this is like very, very different. And also, I really like it as well. I mean, it's a piece that I really like too. One thing I've noticed, at least at this point, is that maybe there is still this very strong lining here, and I almost have a bit too much lines coming down, so I would like to maybe have a like an something that comes on top of here, so I can just bring it back to order, bring it back something circular, because it's too many lines. So now I need something circular, or something, no, maybe not even triangular, because here is triangle shape. This is sort of a triangle shape, so I need like a circle, something here. So the composition, it's balanced, right? Because right now it is not, at least not for me. And like, it's just like this one. I have this circle, so it's kind of what I think when I see these two together. One thing that actually, now that I look into this, I might even like to maybe just glue all these together, fix it together, and then come and then just like draw or Sharpie, for example, hair face, and then just have these like reference of pop art with collage and something in a more contemporary fashion, and but it's still having these bits of information. And yeah, and just like I'm really trying to think what I want to show, right? I really being conscious of what this is, because it's I have my female form figure here in my painting, and also like I do want to know what do I want to show with it, right? Like, and what's my message. And yeah, I mean, it can be a day, it can be anything, right? It's what you want to come up with. But I do still want to figure out how I can give meaning to this, and maybe maybe that's what I need to do. Maybe what I need to do is to create this one. I'll be honest, I don't really want to just like this photo. I started with this as an example. I might have to come here and I might add this one. I'm glad I did, because look, now we're doing something else. So so I don't have to have it like this, right? I can also come like this. Come like this. I have this here. It's almost like I don't even know if I need so much of this paper anymore either. But maybe I can do something like this. I hope you don't mind the chomping here with Daisy. She's just chomping away. But good times. So yeah, kind of like how just looking at the screen, and it kind of makes it more flat once it's in camera, which I kind of like. I appreciate that. That when I'm here, because I see all the paper buckling and all that good stuff. But yeah, so that's a really good really, excuse me, a really good place to be right now when it comes to our composition. No. Yeah, I think I think it is time to commit. I think it is time to get this going. There is a million things that we can keep doing, right? Like that's the beauty and the problem of having like information. Like we didn't use this stuff that we have, and but it's okay. That doesn't mean that you you want. That just means that not yet or not right now. Neither this one, right? So, but again, not a big deal. Let me find the cheap brush, because I don't want to use the good stuff for when it comes to gluing. It's not like I don't want to use my good stuff with you guys or for myself. I want to use the good stuff. I think this one is. I won't be too bummed if something happens to it. So look, now we're gonna reverse engineer here. Oh, I gotta be careful. This one, it had something there, green. Well, gotta live to the limit, right? So let's see how that goes. Like to do this, like, well, you could use like a squeegee or like something. Like right now I'm gonna use this lighter, but yeah, something to be aware of because it starts to get messy, right? It can really get messy. So like a card or something that you can use in order to spread the glue, spread the squeeze it when you're ready to piece them together, so you can it can be tidy, right? It has a good contact with surface. Again, just like dabbing away. It's crazy that this is green, but hey, it might make it better. It might not. I'll find out once I do it, right? That's the only way that I'm gonna find out. And again, going back to what we were saying is you're not gonna be ready. You just gotta do it. And you just gotta do many, as many as you need. All right, so look, we're finally committing to something here. Yeah, that looks cringe. But I hope you guys are enjoying this series as much as I am, and I know there is like people there were much more of art historians, and they can talk to us about like like a very to a very fine detail everything that I try to explain when it comes to Japanese art and the use of the negative space and the difference to Western art and the and all that stuff, right? But my idea about this is more like create that make you curious. Sorry, I could barely say it. Make you curious, make you wanting to Google it, wanting to look. Here's kind of. I don't want it too messy. Just make you curious, right? That's I think that's what I really. My main objective about this is just be curious about it. Be curious about life. You know, about what's around you, and honestly, that's it. Like that's all I'm saying. Be curious. Stay curious. Oh look, I kind of like that even more than covering her shoulder, her arm. So look, I'm just gonna go here. One thing I didn't do that honestly it's an important step if you want to make this archival, if you want to like sell it or give it away or whatever. It's like to have fixed my my image into a hard surface, so like that way has a much bigger chance of having that yeah, but you see that, oh, maybe I took out something I didn't want it, but yeah, you just have to roll with the punches. Yeah, it's really neat. I really like how we are now committing to a composition, and we're really starting to lay it down, and to come up with a game plan. I'm really feeling like I want to use this Marilyn Monroe face on it on top. Also, one thing that, because this also to me speaks about a lot about like street art, a lot of the what you see at a on a street where they put like the posters and the billboards, and how it's just like these layers, right? Like to me, that's something that I think is really cool, and it really draws me in. And yeah, it's street culture, street art. So one thing that I might do here is just come and really start to work out the surface. And then I do really think I want to use this image. I haven't really thought about sacrificing these books for making art, but I think honestly I'm gonna do it. And the one thing I'm gonna do is try to trace it like I did with the glove and the flowers. So like we will have her too, right? So again, I'm gonna go here. Again, there's people that blow it out of the park when it comes to cutting paper. You know, I'm more of a rough rider. Shout out to DMX. Rest in power, my guy. Now I want to listen to some DMX. But anyway, so I'm also... No, I shouldn't say that I'm doing this for the sake of you guys, of the sake of the video. That's just kind of how I work. I do, honestly. I like to work at a good pace, or at my pace. Some people really like to take their time and be meticulous, which I love it. I think it's amazing. Yeah, what do you guys think? It's kind of dope, eh? Actually, I like it more than I thought. I want to tuck her underneath here, but that's somewhere that I glue. But I'm just gonna come here, and there you go. It's like opening a pita, I guess so. Well, when Mexico is la gordita, but yeah. Do. You see now, singing Rough Riders. Yeah, ooh, I like that. I like that a lot. So, yeah, well, you know, there you go. We made a collage. I would still maybe even come here on top and use my Sharpie, but you almost don't need to. It's like you see, like here, our brain wants to create the line, like our brain wants to make sense of what's happening right now. Yeah, I really like it. I'm glad that I cut that off from my book, and now I have my reference shape. So for example, so now let me show you. So this is something that you could that's a way of creating art, right? Like I just want to find this target image. Yeah, for example, we could have this and this. The colors, I need more contrast. Give me 1 second. I need more contrast. There you go. The Warhol itself. But yeah, so it's an example, like, you know, how the contour, the negative space, it can be so powerful. yeah, guys, I hope you like this video so far. I'm very happy that we finally we have committed to a composition. Um and so far we got something going on in here. I won't promise that, oops, that this will stay here. Honestly, I really like it, that even without hair in it. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. I hope you have a great day, and if it's raining around where you are, stay dry. Bye now.